Ready to show the people your new toy.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
that's
he
not his
he
new
loves
one,
that
but
live streams. They are actually Cecil's live streaming, showing how he bashes his owner.
gets to show off for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I own Cecil.
Okay.
I think he owns me, don't you?
Yeah, that sounds about
Where's my-
right.
You gonna beat me up some more, huh? What do you do? You want to come up? You do? Hi. How are you? Oh, you have to chew on my
Such
clothes too?
cuties.
You have to chew on my clothes too? Wouldn't get that close to Cecil if I were you.
That's so cute.
Hi. Hi. What are you doing? Okay, good bird.
Hey, Bird is introducing
Cute
himself.
Cute bird.
I'm
He's a
dying of
bird.
cuteness.
Is that a bird? Is that a kid? A good bird? Yes, a good bird.
So we have some chatters already. We've got Lisa and GTH and Dragon Imposter. So hello to all of you.
Hello. Can you say hello, KK? You say KK bird? KK bird?
KK bird.
Hmm. So Cecil in the background has definitely some Hannibal Lecter vibes today.
Yeah, he's been pulling out hair on me, which I don't have that much hair left. He's pulling it out. Silly bird. And now he's doing I made my own gum routine. What are you doing? What are you doing? You want to chew on my fingers? All right. You having fun? Are you having fun chewing my finger? You are? Such a gentle bird. Such a gentle bird. You could chew my finger off if you wanted to.
Mm.
The GTH says that he assumes the finger bandage wasn't from the can opener, John.
Unless you call Babalu a can opener.
I mean, he could function well as a can opener.
Yeah, he could actually. No, he just not yesterday, but the day before he jumped off my lap and went after Pippa. So I went to put him back in his cage and he wasn't too happy about that. So he gave me a nip.
Babaloo.
But he was fine yesterday. He was probably the best behaved bird.
Oh, good boy, Bob.
Second group, he was fine the whole time. Pippa had to go out though. She went after Snowball. She made it about 5 minutes and then she was out of here because I could see she was not going to calm down. I don't know what was in her head, but she'll be fine today probably. What kind of bird? An arrow bird?
Oh.
Mm. A little bird, a KK bird,
A cute little KK bird.
definitely not the Bob bird.
No, KK is not the Bob bird. That's a different bird.
What about the sugar bird? Hi,
Sugar
Shug.
Shug.
Shug. Is Manda with us today?
Mander is here.
Oh, there is the big boy.
Salamander. There he is.
He's sitting a ways away from Jasmine, but they seem to be getting along now. So
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah,
Manda
that's
getting
good.
along with an auntie.
she's not running away. She'll come up close to him, and I should say he's not running away. She comes up close to him and sits next to him. So
That's nice.
I'm sure if she made one slight move, like she was going to do something, he'd be run away.
Mm.
Arr. And we have a couple more chatters. We have Falcon Sue and Dirty Birds Inc. So hello to both of you guys.
Hello, Falcon Sue. Hello, Dirty Birds. More like the humans are dirty, though. Actually, what?
What was that?
Okay, okay.
That's adorable.
I think KK wants to do some statements today. KK for president.
I'm not
It's
sure why.
his manifesto.
Hello.
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 Good
KK
bird.
bird.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I heard you say something. Sounded like KK something. Yeah. KK what? Yeah.
Oh, GTH thinks KK is excited about National Peanut Butter Day.
Was that today?
Probably there's always something.
They have to advertise something to sell. It's just I was listening to George Carlin this morning and just laughing. It's better than coffee to wake you up listening to George Carlin's. I've got all of his old videos and
Good. Yeah, KK is joining the chat, but not Cecil. He's busy.
that. Must you? I guess you must hit me with the stick, huh? What if I hit you with a stick? Not likely, is it? No, not likely. I even grab the stick. You won't let me grab the stick. Oh yeah. What? What did you say? You said something.
KK is real chatter today. Chatty mood. KK.
That's a good bird, aren't you? You're a good bird, aren't you?
So there's a funny video you've uploaded about Romeo.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's like doing the bottom of his cage. He won't let you down there. You can pick him up anywhere else in the cage, but if he's on the bottom of it, he will try to kill you. It's just leave my cage alone. That's where he does his artwork. He has his he's got you give him a 2x4 and he turns it into some piece of art.
Romeo. But it's
So,
cute how he fights you.
oh yeah. Yeah, he fights. He doesn't want you anywhere near it.
So you cannot put him on the cage while you are doing it.
No, he would not let you just pick him up and stick him on top of the cage. No. You can pick him up and hold him. He'll let you do that, but he won't let you like stick him on the cage somewhere.
Okay, so shoulder bird were possible.
If you tried putting him on his shoulder and then tried to clean his cage, he would bite your face.
Okay.
Can he even balance on somebody's shoulder? Probably not really.
He's fine on my shoulder, but not when I'm trying to clean the bottom of his cage.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'll
a
see.
forbidden zone. You do not do that in his place.
Is it something about the tool you use for
No.
that?
You can put your hand down there just like you're going to pet him, and he'll bite you down there. He's just territorial about that area, and I think it's
Okay.
because he actually does his artwork down there. That's where he
Yeah.
sculpts his wood and stuff. And
Artists
It's
can be
that
tough.
specific area.
you pick your battles with birds. There's no reason I should have to fight him over that. He can have that area if he wants it. He lets me pick him up anywhere else inside the cage. So
Yeah, it's the man cave.
GTH can understand Romeo. He says it's his workshop. Yep.
Yep, exactly. Tool time for Romeo. He has made some amazing things. I lost a couple of them in all these moves, but he did one totem pole where someone who was an artist said they were going to make little cockatoos to put on it, but they never did. But he will carve it up into basically what looks like a totem pole, and then you can put different, paint it or whatever you want to do with it. He made a sword last time. There was a knot in one spot in heat, so it ended up having a handle, so it looked like a sword, but he takes a 2x4 and he curves it off. He curves it from the outside around, so it makes like a half shell, and then he puts designs in it. He's amazing little guy. He's working on a new piece of 2x4 now, which I had to put because we had a little bit of rain, I had to put the rubbers on my shoes so I could go over and get him a 2x4. You know. And that's what he wants. You could try putting other kinds of wood down there, toys, and he won't. He'll play with toys you hang, although that's another thing. He doesn't like your hanging toys in his cage. So when I go to hang toys, I usually start by cleaning the bottom of his cage. So I get him at the bottom of the cage, chasing the mop. And then I open the side. He's got a side door where you usually put nest boxes, that kind of thing. And I reach in there and I take the old toy out and put a new one in. He'll run up as fast as he can to try to get me. So he doesn't like you hanging toys in his cage either. Picky. He's picky. He's a picky boy. But when it gets to be late at night, what we consider late here, when it's about their bedtime, he'll start crying if he hasn't come out yet. And he wants me to pick him up and hold him for half hour or 45 minutes. Yeah, they're all different when you put them in the cage. You put him in a cage, and first thing he does is turns into a fake cockatoo. He doesn't look anything like it. He just sits there with glazed eyes, like, I don't want to be in a cage at all. He likes that cage, but he doesn't want to be in a cage. So as soon as you put him in there, he freezes up like a statue. And then anywhere from 20 minutes to half hour later, he'll start playing. You put KK in the cage and he immediately starts playing. Don't you?
And so does Sugar, although she'll deny it if you ask.
Yeah, she goes right to playing. She does. Jasmine goes right to her water bowl. That's the first place she goes. Same thing at night when I say goodnight to him and I come to her cage, she runs over to her water to get that last drink in before I turn the lights out.
Gotta hydrate.
Lucy she looks active when you first put her in the back of the cage. She kind of looks around and then she'll go to sleep for a little bit. And then she'll start playing on the bottom, tearing up paper.
KK bird.
What, KK? Oh, you're looking at yourself? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that dude is handsome, isn't he?
Here's that handsome boy.
Is that the KK bird? Is that the KK bird? KK bird?
Mm.
Yeah. It's worth a chuckle to see yourself on TV.
Mm. Hmm. I think
And
Dragon
Jocelyn
Imposter
Triggle.
is. Sorry.
I was going to say Jocelyn Triggle joined us.
Hey, Jocelyn. Good
So
to
hello,
see you.
Jocelyn.
I wanted to
Hello.
say that our new chatter Dragon Imposter seems to be smitten by our KK bird.
Well, he is very adorable.
Yeah,
He's a special
extra
boy.
special. Hi, KK. KK bird. I love when they do this. They say something and at the end a very deep bird.
A good boy, aren't you? I know. It's a bird. I know it's a bird. Lucy's off the medicine now. I've taken her off the antibiotics and the topical on her eye and the oral antibiotics. She does look like she has one feather that keeps coming down and irritating her eye, so I'll probably have to pull that. It's just a covert, and I don't know why she's got coverts that's coming down into her eye, but yeah, I'm talking about you, Liz.
Well, I asked Don, Don, have you received the video Jocelyn Triggle has sent you?
Apparently not. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, she wanted to send us a video. I remember she told us in the last chat.
No, I don't believe that I have, because I don't know it. I don't remember it. A good, yes, you are a good bird.
Thank you, bird. KKKKK.
Okay, apparently I've become a runway now.
You're just a jungle gym for them, basically.
KK, KK bird. Yes, you are a good bird. I have noticed it shouldn't be the case, but I have noticed that his scissor beak seems to be less now because I'm working on his beak more frequently than it was in the past, obviously, and he's not holding his beak to the side as much as he was before. That's unusual. I've never heard of anything like that. Usually, once they've got it, they've got it. But it's still a little bit off, but it's not way to the side like it was.
Oh, that's good to it.
Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Yeah, you done playing? You played with the toy for a second there, huh? Hi, Cecil. Romeo's watching My Fair Lady right now.
Oh, very nice. That's a fun movie.
Interesting how they change the plots though. It comes from George Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion, which does not end at all the way the movie does, but the movie's good. Hey, you stop that. No, you're not going to do that to him. Leave him alone. Come on. He won't understand if you start hitting him with a stick. Don't do it. Calm down. You can hit me, but not him, okay? All right. All right, Cecil. Hmm? Here. No, you're not going to go up there and bother him. You're not. I'll take that toy away.
Oh, Cecil, handsome boy. Hmm?
It's all right, Cecil. You know I love this Cecil bird.
Yeah, we do. He's such a cutie.
You get carried away.
Everybody loves Cecil.
Hmm.
No, yeah.
Hmm. If
That's
if we
right.
put Cecil on Sugar's purchase, so she's highly interested in him starting breeding her.
Yeah, not with a stick. I'm not putting him up there.
Nope.
That would
I think
cause.
she would start a fight now about that. No nonsense on Sugar's perch. How is Lucy's eye?
It looks. It looks fine. I think the medicine was making it squint a bit, though. We'll see after. It looks okay. I mean, there's no redness to it or anything anymore.
Hmm. Great.
Yeah, she was on the both antibiotics for
Mm.
9 days. So I did it a little longer because last time it apparently didn't work on a shorter span. 7 didn't work, so I went 9. And this time I gave her the systemic antibiotic as well. So yeah, yep, really. We don't have a avian eye doctor anywhere near here. I'd have to go all the way to San Diego, and the good eye doctor we had retired. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be okay. Right, Liz? I'm not sure what you're thinking, but you're probably not going to want to do that. No,
He's
probably not.
getting excited, I think.
You're starting to get a little too lovey. No need to do that. Wrong species.
He'll always cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you doing, KK bird? He's
And
off on.
Rosebud has joined us. Hello, Rosebud.
Hello. Hello, Rosebud. That's KK over there being silly. What you doing? You got something?
Oh, it looks like GTH is playing KK bingo. And wait, Manda is on the road. Oh no. What's the pink dude doing?
He was preening, but now he's just looking out the window.
So Jocelyn sent the email again to you, Don.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I didn't get it. I've got so much spam in my email that I miss a lot there. But I'll
She
look.
has just sent it, so
Okay.
let's hope it reaches you this time. Hey, shook. So it looks like we have a question by Lisa. Don, for example, Rico has been the only bird for 32 years. They are a flock, but is Rico happy without a feathered friend? And I do know he tried hurting my mom's cockatiel years ago.
If he's been like this long, I wouldn't bring in another bird. The other thing is that doesn't always work out so well. So, it's best not to take chances and bring in another bird. If he's been, by himself that long, he's probably perfectly happy the way he is. You have to think about it too, because they do choose who they're going to be friends with. So you could bring in someone that he absolutely doesn't want to have anything to do with. That could be a problem, or gets too involved with, and that could be another problem. So best case is when they you have two of the same sex and they preen each other, that kind of thing. But that can't be guaranteed. You don't know what they're going to do. So I've only succeeded in that kind of thing because I had to and I had the training, but there's still issues. And if you run into them, it's not the time to fix it. It's like if you have major engine trouble in your vehicle and all of a sudden, and you're not a car mechanic and there's no mechanics around, you're in trouble, right? So I wouldn't do that. But if you only got a couple of birds, the worst case scenario is you may have to take them out individually. That's more common than them getting along, honestly. But
Although it sounds like Rico is out most of the time, so he probably
yeah,
wouldn't enjoy being put away.
no. And if you ended up with an issue, which is likely, then you would have to put him away. Otherwise, it isn't fair to the new bird, and that puts you in a bad spot. I've had to do that with Bob when he became aggressive. He's used to being out, being one of the birds that's out most of the time. And he's now down to where he gets out for an hour and a half when he used to get out for 3. And believe me, he knows. I go to put him back in his cage. He generally is not happy about it. But yesterday he was okay. But they know how much time they get out. And if you start changing things around, no, if he seems pretty happy, I wouldn't do that. I remember there was one guy who was telling me, you get a lot of stories, right? And this one guy was telling me he had an Amazon and he felt sorry for the Amazon because he didn't have a buddy, so It was a male. He got a female. He said, and after that, neither one of the birds would have anything to do with me. And I was like, yeah. What happens when you have a friend who gets married? How often do you see them? If you're single, you don't, right? They go off by themselves and you hardly ever see them again. That's what happens. Well, it's the same with the birds, only a little bit worse. It could have been worse, though. I mean, the male could have killed the female. You never know what they're going to do. So, what, sugar? What's that look for? What's that look for? What do you want? She gives me a little time before she whines at me now. She lets me rest my arm. So she give me maybe up to a minute before she'll start whining again. All
Oh,
right.
Shuggy, that's really generous.
It is.
She's learned that I have to occasionally put my arm down, and doesn't mean I'm going to stop petting her. I will tell her I'm done when I stop now, usually. So if I don't tell her I'm done, she'll whine. Right, Shug?
Shuggy.
Okay, I'm done right now, Shug. I'm done.
So,
What are you?
what is Manda up?
You're trying to get to this. You can't have it. It's not yours. Yours is coming today. See, you saw me focused on her, so it went down to where KK's toy is.
Cecil, that's not allowed.
I got you one. It's a different color, but I got you one. So you'll know it's yours. It's turquoise.
Oh my gosh, these guys are hilarious. You needed a second bucket because KK want one, and now you need a second one of these music toys since Cecil is like, KK has one, so I want one too.
Like siblings,
Yeah.
so one of them gets an iPod and the other one has to have one too.
Mm. Oh my gosh. You're so cute.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, you eating my finger. Not. I know what you want, and I know why you're doing that, but you can't have it. It's not yours. Yours will be here later today. Will, I'm not teasing you. KK, what are you up to? What are you doing?
That looked funny. Where's Mander, by the way?
He's just sitting up there looking this way now.
Okay.
He's not concerned about KK, you can tell, but he's just sitting there relaxed.
Jasmine bird seems also pretty relaxed, having her beak in the feathers and snoozing.
What? All right. What? Whoops, sorry. What? Oh, yeah. Sorry you got that gift. at the door a little bit. Yeah. I don't see anything yet. What?
That's some interesting birdie behavior here.
Mm. Is somebody in that room next door? I know.
Well, I don't see anything, KK, but my eyes aren't as good as yours.
Cecil investigating.
Cecil came with me going back to it. Yeah. What is it?
Cecil, what do you expect over there? A mouse? No, wait, that's Cecil? No, that's Jasmine. I was in replay. Sorry, guys. Now the jazzbird is up and about.
Well, I'm sure you saw something. I don't see it though. I trust you. You tell me you saw something.
Do you have spiders in your house?
Yeah, and there's the potential for scorpions too, but which is a type of spider, but I've only seen 3 of those in the whole time I've been here. And they tend to just sit and look at you like, what are you gonna do? They don't even tend to move around. Biggest danger with one of those is stepping on it or something like that, but they're not aggressive. Um,
Maybe he saw a
GTH.
ball of fluff and it was the wrong color fluff.
He saw something. His vision is 10 times better than mine, so now he's playing though. Hey, Jazz. Yeah, she's got an eye on him, trying to figure out what he's doing. You want me to come and look again? Hmm? Hey, I'm looking. Whatever you saw, you're walking back and forth, and your eyes aren't focused on looking where his eyes are going, and they're going all over the place, like he's looking for something that went away.
Hmm.
There is a trick, though. I mean, not that I need it much, but if you have a UV lamp, because they see into the UV, if you have a UV flashlight and you if there's any scorpions around and you hit them with a UV, they light up. But they glow.
Mm.
Well, we have the daddy longlegs occasionally. Not many. There isn't too much in the way of wildlife of any kind here. We have ravens outside. We have a group of ravens. We have the occasional rabbit. I'm told we have a lot of feral cats, but I've only seen one.
Every now and then a peacock.
Are you sure about that?
Hi, Don and Anna Maria and Eleanor and extended flock family.
Hi,
Hey,
Erin.
Erin.
What do you think KK can see? Because we don't know.
He's investigating something.
Maybe he doesn't like the rug.
Do you think so? That he just found out, oh no, that rug doesn't fit my new style book.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Erin.
Hello.
Hi, Don,
Hello.
Anna Maria, Eleanor, and the extended flock family.
Hey, Erin.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
just
we'll look. Hold on.
Trying to figure out what on earth got into KK.
There's something he wants to tell us.
there's something in the room.
Yeah, he's got a bee in his bonnet about something.
Well, I know for certain at this point. I think that it's not a scorpion, which like I said, I've only seen 3, but
It's not under the rug.
no, they'll light up. This will make them glow like a.
And Cecil's looking as well.
Mm.
No, I don't see anything. I don't know what you're yelling at, big boy, but I don't see anything.
And there's nothing under the rug? Because I know you have like little scorpions and stuff.
Yeah, this right here will light them up. It's a UV lamp.
Oh, got you. Oh, that's cool. I was wondering what the light looked weird. Cool.
Yeah, it's a. Come here. Come here. So whatever it was, if he saw something, it would have been something else. Yeah, who
Good
knows
guard
about
parent.
scorpions and UV, right? I had to do a little research and see the best way to find them. So I had one surprise me. It was on top of some paper that I used for the birds, just sitting there, and it was the same color as the paper because they're light brown. And I look, and
Oh,
I'm about to grab a stack of paper, and here's this thing just sitting there. They don't move much. They just kind of like any other spider. They sit most of the time.
oh my gosh.
Just,
Now with the UV light, does that turn them like a bright color?
it's like what you see on a blackout poster. They just
Got you.
they'll just explode in color, like they were made of blacklight.
Wow. Oh, that's very cool. I had no idea.
Neither did I, but when I got the news coming into this area, I looked it up. What's the best way to find them? And I said, use a UV lamp, you won't miss them. So.
Yeah. Smart. Better safe than sorry.
Probably the stories, I probably should put up some black lights in there just in case when I'm in there getting drawn and stuff. So they can't hide from you that way.
Mm.
They're not aggressive though. I mean, people don't usually die from scorpions.
Is it only me, or is Don terribly not
It's
silent?
muffled. Yeah, I'm having a hard time hearing as well.
Yeah, me.
Can't do much about it while he's yelling.
Oh,
That explains it. That definitely explains it.
yeah.
What on earth is he yelling about, though?
Okay. Yeah, you see the flash. I know you, Cecil. You're sitting there because you figure I'll get up and you can mess with the flashlight. Okay. I don't know what to do for
This is
you.
an elaborate scheme to make Don get up and do stuff for
It
his
is.
entertainment.
It is.
There's something bugging you here? Hmm?
I wonder, is no one else seeing it? Since usually if there was something, every other bird would be interested too now.
Right?
Well, if it was there and it walked away or it went somewhere else and he's looking for it, then I had a Siamese cat do that with a moth one time. Spent a half an hour looking at the bottom bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, he went with his paw from one book to the next, and then when that didn't work, he climbed up in there where there's hardly any room and scooched us all the way through. That's a Siamese for you. They don't give up.
Oh.
I don't see anything, big boy. I don't know what to tell you. I believe you, but I don't see anything.
I wonder if it could have been a spider, or you don't have snakes, really, do you?
No, nobody in this town has seen one.
Oh.
Hey Goose, what do you think? Has KK seen a ghost?
It's just too much. It's real desert. It's not like imitation desert here. I mean, there isn't much that lives out here. Ravens, there's some buzzards, a few rabbits I've seen.
That makes sense. Ravens are so smart. They're like, we can do this. We'll figure it out.
And they eat
The
carrion
first,
as well, so everything that doesn't manage to survive, they just eat.
Ah,
now when I first saw them, I thought they were crows, and then I just looked up in my bird finder what I have on my phone, and it didn't say it said we have ravens, no crows. So
that is
then
so cool.
I looked at the tail, and yeah, it's the crows have kind of a curved tail feathers at the end, and ravens have squared off ones. So.
Ah, see, I didn't know the tail feathers. I knew they had kind of like that scruff under their beak. The beak is a little more curved with the ravens, like a
Mm-hmm.
and they make that gronk, gronk, gronk. We have 3 ravens at our local Wild Wings Birds of Prey sanctuary, and a little crow as well.
Yeah, they're all smart. Yeah.
They're so smart.
Ravens are especially smart because they will enlist the help of predators. They'll
Right?
take a predator. They'll take a predator to a downed animal, so the predator will cut it open, and then they share the food. That's what they do.
Yep, because
Oh,
they can die if it's a deer that gets hit by a car, but it's not, there's no surface injury. Yeah, the ravens can't open them up, so it's definitely helpful when the carnivores come and make that food accessible.
It might explain why that one where I used to live in California, there was one cockatoo, which obviously what happened 9 times out of 10, what happens is they don't get away. People let them loose because they don't want to
Mm.
listen to them scream or bite or whatever, and it's not the bird's fault. But anyway, this bird lives with the crows, and that's probably what he does for the crows. They
Wait,
find a
is it a
den.
parrot?
Yeah, it's a Triton.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, if you look it up, you can see if you put Oceanside Cockatoo Fred, you should be able to find it.
Oh,
You know,
that is so sweet because cockatoos and like crows and ravens are some of the smartest birds on the planet. So it makes it that's wild that they could like team up like that. That is so sweet.
and that explains why he's with them. No, the article didn't say that, but it would make sense that the cockatoo is the one they're using to open the cockatoos don't usually eat meat, but they can open it for them. So
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even
those
think of that.
with those beaks, they can tear through anything. So
Yeah, they're chewing like wood in half. So yeah, that would be your best friend if you were a pack of ravens or a flock of ravens.
I mean, they can tear through human fingers, so
Right. Poor little guy. He made the most of his situation. That is for sure.
that's
yeah,
quite a Triton thing to do. It's like, oh, I live with the crows now. I just tear up carrion with my
Just, yeah, it's a
beak.
meat eater. Just a few life changes, you know.
Yeah, I've once
Reinvent
read an
myself.
article about a cockatoo who lives now with a flock of crows.
yep, Oceanside, California. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Sounds
one.
sounds really cool.
Some of the chatters are wondering if KK was off to Cecil's ball, which was under the cage.
Oh,
I moved that ball and he left there, so maybe that was what was dragging his attention. I don't know.
Because that was
I
a
just
lot of drama for one ball, but maybe that was it.
hey, Chloe, it was Rumford baking powder that drove her like that. So you never know what's going to set him off. Yeah, Fred got lucky because usually what happens is they get into the wild and they're dead. Although crows will try to protect them. So
oh. That really says something about birds. Just something really
Mhm.
wonderful and beautiful about birds.
Yeah, especially these highly intelligent who living down in flocks, like if there's no flock available in the right species, then they choose.
Just go find some similar folks and for the
Yeah.
crows to just be so accepting is that is just so heartwarming.
it doesn't
I
really
think
work.
that's one of our budgies made it to us. So this budgie has died now a long time ago, but actually we started with budgies because they basically flow towards us. And when we had already one budgie in our family, suddenly one day there was another budgie sitting outside the window with a flock of sparrows who was eating the bird food outside. So I think he just moved with the flock of sparrows, and then my father saw it and catched him. So
Oh, brought him into the safety of the fold.
Yeah,
mm,
then he had a new budgie friend.
yep.
That's nice.
These two have become friends. I just have to watch Cecil when he doesn't start hitting him with a toy because I don't think that KK would understand that at all right now. Eventually, he'll see him doing it to other birds and figure it out, but they become good friends, though.
Mm.
From so such faraway places. So cool.
Yeah, I love how Murray is kind of like the budgie mom as well. Just budgies find their way to you.
Yeah, it's something about, well, with the second budgie, I was I think 3 years old and very amused about the blue bird outside. And the other budgie came already before my birth because they both, no one wanted them back. So,
Oh,
and since then we are budgie owners.
you're like, well, we will keep them then. Like,
Yeah.
no worries there.
Oh.
No
But
homeless budgies.
that's flock animals or flock birds. They definitely look for another flock. So
Mhm.
they are pretty serious about that. So I think budgies, they also they are probably the most comfortable bird when it comes to getting introduced another bird, because they are most likely that both birds are like, hey, you over there, dude, we could be friends. Hey, here.
They live in such large flocks as well in the wild. They just have to get along with each other. So I guess
Yeah,
they're
I
pretty
think
easygoing
that's
in that sense.
definitely one of their superpowers.
Oh,
Umbrellas
such
are like that too in the wild, but and they're one of the last flocks outside of Australia that we have full flocks of. So
Two umbrellas have 4 flocks. That's cool.
yeah, Sarams don't, Lessers don't. Most birds outside of Australia, the greater sulfurs there are still in full flocks.
Mm.
yeah, that's awesome.
So Cecil's friendly behavior is what you would expect to see in the flock. And the playful thing too, because they get up and play too, and you watch them; they do all kinds of wild stuff. Not as much as the greater sulfurs, and certainly not as much as the tritons. The tritons are insane when it comes to playing. But
Don't we know it?
Yeah, I know.
launching each other with branches. You know, you get up there, okay, pull the branch back, wham! You know, they just do that kind of stuff. They just,
Oh, that's funny.
and in Australia, it's like, hey, buddy, come on over here. Let's get this trash can lid open. And they work a trash can to get it open.
I
Mhm.
love that.
Me too.
Those videos are so impressive.
What treasures do we find today?
Yep.
You have to be careful what you leave out down there, too. There's a GIF that shows one of these sulfur crestons. Somebody has left 3 cans outside the house. And you see him grabbing the can, tilting it back, and drinking what's left in it. You know, I didn't recognize the
Oh,
label. I didn't know what was in it, but I mean,
Well, lager probably
probably.
in Australia.
watching these two preen is so meditative.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't been friends that long. Well, they just
They're just two kindred little spirits.
Cecil's happy to have someone that will preen him. Besides,
Oh,
up to this, he's only had Bob and Lorelei. So
Cecil's a giver.
before that, he had Coco.
Oh. And before that, it was Chloe, right?
Yep.
He's a popular guy for good reason.
Although Chloe stopped preening him when she got together with Snowball, and I couldn't do anything about that. She made the decision, and I tried to keep them separated, and then she wouldn't eat. So
Oh,
That's another reason why you don't necessarily want to get another bird, because there can be issues. And then after about 5 years, he started getting aggressive. Not his fault. Just happens in captivity because they aren't supposed to be kept in these small places.
Right. It's like
Like they,
people being kept in little cages. We would get irritable, we'd get frustrated.
well, I used to have mice, and I can tell you what happens if you get too many mice in a cage. So
Hmm. Yeah.
it's full on war in there. So
I
and
believe it.
they're not, they're not raised by their parents, so they don't have most of the behaviors they need to survive in a flock.
Like you said, functionally autistic when it comes to being a flock animal and being able to interact with other parrots.
Yep. I haven't had anybody lately complain about me calling them functionally autistic. My latest line is when somebody says, "Well, I have an autistic child," or whatever, and they start to say that, and I go, "Well, obviously you don't know what functional means. That means your brain probably isn't functional." Because functional autism happens when you miss steps in your development, and it causes you to exhibit autistic behavior. Autism, you can be born with it, and that's actually a physical problem that in the brain that causes it. So you can have autism from physical means or from problems in development when you're growing up. So
See, I didn't even realize that. And then obviously in this case, this is an environmental type of impact, the loss of
yep,
parents and culture. Parrot culture.
exactly. They really do have
Mhm.
a culture. They have a way they live, and they learn it when they're growing up. And if they can't learn it, then they're just they're not like these
Yeah.
animals that are mostly instinct, like dogs, mostly instinct. Um, they're not that way.
And it makes sense that the more intelligent the animal is, the more capacity they have to learn. So, same with people, like we reach our full potential when we get educated and have, complex social groups and learn how to interact in complex social situations. And yeah, and they're designed for that, but just don't have the opportunity to hone those skills at the times when they need to early on.
What you call the juvenile dependency period. There isn't much of one of those in a dog or a cat, but when you get to humans, you've got years. You're talking over
2 decades.
almost two decades, right? But with these guys, it's the the most intense part of that is the first year and a half. But they're still partially dependent on their folks. I mean, they still go back to see their parents. They've seen that in the wild. Not with not with these guys, because nobody's going to be able to follow them in the wild. But with the Puerto Rican parrot, when they were trying to keep it from dying out,
Oh, yep.
there's it's called the Parrots of Loquio. It's a really technical book, but it does have some real bright spots. There's about 2 pages in there where they describe the average day for one of the parrots, and it's not technical at all, and it's an amazing 2 pages, I'll tell you, because they talk about from the moment they get up all the way through the day to what they do at night, and the rest of the book is parrot number 217 approaches parrot number 120. I mean, that kind of thing all the way through. So
Wow.
they had to find out what was causing them to reduce the numbers, and they solved it.
Hmm.
But
Because yeah, I've definitely
you
heard
know,
about the Puerto Rican parrot and just trying to you know, just get those populations up. Doesn't help that there was the massive storm there as well within, the last handful of years. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, when the human population is struggling, then the parrots are really, really bad off.
Mm.
yeah. It's a lot of things, little bits of that book that aren't the technical sections are fun. Like where they talk about trying to set up duck blinds, that worked. They never were able to hide from the birds. Never. They never got to hide from them. The birds always set up a few sentinels, Yeah, they kind of do it naturally. One would come and watch them, and then another would come and watch them, and they'd have a couple, keeping an eye on them. And then they were never able to find out where they slept at night. They never could, but they could find their day sleeping spots. They found some of those because the birds didn't really care. But when they took off, that was it. They couldn't find them. All the years they were there, they never found their sleeping spots.
And that's probably why there's still a population of them today.
Mm.
Yeah, they had to make a lot of changes, governmental changes to protect them. But I don't remember all the details of that now, but it was still a fascinating book. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon as a used book. It's out of print. I mean, it's not like most people don't want to read something that's scientific, but
right. It can be not dull, but it can be can't think
tedious.
of it can be like tedious. Yeah, you got to take your time. Not a leisurely read.
They're describing the forest, and then they describe different sections of it, and they give them labels, and then they tell you where the birds are going from tree to tree. All that needed to be written down, and they just published it in the book. But there are still sections in there which are they're talking about. Well, we set up these duck blinds, and they stopped doing that after a couple of months when they realized it was a way. Why bother? They know you're here anyway, so then they just plop down on something and watch the birds, and the birds, sentinels are still there.
I think I hear Bob telling you it's time to wrap up the meeting.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't realize what time it was.
That's why he's going like that.
Bob knows what time it is.
Well, thanks, guys, for being here. And thank you, Anna Marie and Eleanor and Aaron for being here to moderate. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Awesome. Thanks,
Bye.
Don. See you, Extended Flock.